What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 with me, the Virtual Mechanic, and this is today's project, our competition entry, Nissan Z. This is for the current competition, which is the 2015 to present day and onwards, so anything from the future as well can be included, so anything from 2015 onwards, and I decided to do my favourite car of the modern generation, which is this Nissan Z. I think they're absolutely beautiful cars, and they look fantastic. I mean, that comes under being beautiful, but they're so nice cars. I like everything about them. I have a little model on my desk in front of me. Thank you very much to King Slowpoke for providing that one for me. Absolute legend. I love him for that one. So thank you very much for that one. But now we're going to build the custom, the one you all want to see. This is the Nissan Z to blow all Nissan Zs away. It's going to be absolutely incredible. So let's jump in and take a look. If we go into car status, it is the VM Street Edition is what I've called this one. It's just a Nissan Z, and it's just built for the street, you know, street racing, that sort of thing, mostly street looks, car shows, and things like that. So this is a competition build, so I do need you to give me a score out of 10 once you've seen the finished product. So keep your eyes peeled for later on in the video when we have finished that one. Did we get a good deal for this beautiful Nissan Z that we picked up from the auction house? Yes. Yes, we did. I bought it for 73,378 and could currently sell it for 77,636, making a profit of 4,258. Not that it matters because we're not going to be selling this beast anyway. I'm hoping you guys are going to enjoy it just as much as I did. And now before we jump into the next screen, I'm going to open the engine bay first because that engine in there looks absolutely incredible. Such a beautiful engine. This is modded into Nexus Mods, and it is Multiplies 2JZ or Multy's 2JZ. There will be a link in the description so you can go and grab this one for yourself from Nexus Mods. You will need TK Aftermarket as well for that one to work. It does have one swappable engine. I was meant to take that one out, so that might not be in the version I release to my channel members. If you're a member of the VM Garage Club, by the time you see this video, you will have access to this config and liveries. There are two. They've made two for this one as well. Very similar. You'll see why I've made two a little bit later on. But yes, if you want access to that one, that second engine might not be available. But if you do want access, hit that join button in the description or down below on the screen somewhere. Become a channel member and get access to this for yourself through the Discord channel. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get back into this. It is looking absolutely fantastic. Obviously, we're not racing this one today. As I said, it's a score out of 10 to go on our show car board. Hopefully, we can get it into the top 10. Even better yet, the top 5 and get it sat outside. And even better yet, maybe the top 3. And we'll do a new signature series for it, like the mug and T-shirt we've already got available. Only available till the 31st of August, just before midnight. And then they will no longer be available. And I know I said that before, but I picked them back up because I went away for a little while. So I didn't have time to tell you that they weren't available anymore. So if you do want to grab one of them, make sure you do it before the end of this month. And if this beautiful Nissan Z makes it into that top 3, I will do another signature series mug and T-shirt to go with it. But there we go. Let's crack on. Let's get this beautiful beast into the car wash. Let's get it all cleaned up. In the car wash then, and let's get this beautiful Z all cleaned and ready to go. We got our work cut out ahead of us today. We got lots to tear down, lots to replace, repair or upgrade. And then some fantastic, beautiful covers to put on this one. That looks like a lovely pearl white, which does look beautiful, but definitely not what we're sticking with today. Let's get the interior done. Get this beast back on the lifter. Get that engine ripped out of there. Get everything else stripped down. The Z is up in the air. Looking fantastic. I really do love this car. Cannot wait to get this one all finished. We need to check for that oil pan. There is an oil pan there, so we do need to get that one drained off. I don't know why that didn't work to start with. So let's get you all out. That is absolutely horrendously dark. There is quite a lot of it in there, though. So at least it did have some oil from that 2JZ. As we jump in, get underneath, we need to start by getting our cheeky little starter out. Nice and easy. Next up, we've got a lovely drive shaft. Out you come. This is looking pretty complete, which we do like to see, but it does mean we've got a lot to repair and replace and things like that. So let's just crack on. Out with the gearbox, and we don't need to take all of this exhaust piping out, but I'm just gonna grab some of these pieces just to make it look a little bit more reasonable as we take it out. And also I'm gonna grab all of this piping from the front end connecting to our massive intercooler up there. which does, again, look very, very nice, obviously, in this turbocharged, beautiful engine. Absolutely fantastic work by Multiply creating this one. It does look beautiful. We're going to see what options we've got with it later. If we can replace some of these bits into performance parts and things like that, we'll see how it goes. Oh, I do remember one thing. This idle roller, it looks like it shouldn't be there. It shouldn't be there. It doesn't attach to anything. There's no belts or anything. And it was part of the previous engine, and Multiply just left it rather than breaking things, which I like. I'd rather you just left it than broke things. But anyway, that should be everything out of there. Let's get it back down on the ground and see if we can pull that 2JZ straight out of there, ready to get everything stripped down for it. So let's open our lovely hood. Can we pull you out? We can indeed. That is what we like. We'll put the crane away for the moment. Let's jump in and see what we've got going on inside the engine bay. So obviously, we've got that large intercooler and a radiator with the dual fan housing kit just behind it. Then up here, we've got our power steering reservoir, coolant reservoir, wishy-washy reservoir, and a brake servo. Our batteries just sat behind here. And we also have a ECU, thankfully, giving us a bit extra power towards the end there. The ABS pump and module, and also our fuse box just up here with a fuel tank and fuel pump down the back. Now, one side of the car is complete. It looks like it's got all the suspension, air ride, and things like that. This is a very low car. Should have really done air ride at the back, shouldn't I? But never mind. This side does look all complete. So this side here, we do have quite a bit missing. Upper arms, the actual air rides, a few bushings for the upper arms. Actually, that looks to be about it. Maybe a central hubcap and things like that. Not too shabby down there. We nip over to the other side. We are missing all the suspension set up on the backside there. Another shock for the front. A couple of rubber bushings, maybe a few more arms and things like that. But there is some bits missing, but it isn't too bad. Let's get back up the front, though, because we need to get these liquids all drained out of here. So let's get started. Right-click, additional tools, drain tool, and click on hold on whichever container you want to drain the liquids out of, and they will all come out nice and easy. I'm going to crack on, get the rest of this drained, then the rest of this all stripped out, then we'll get everything repaired, replaced or upgraded, ready to go back in, and we'll come back and sort out the bodywork before putting this beautiful beast into the paint shop so you can see the not one, but two liveries I have done for this one today. That's everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to go back on our Z and make it even more powerful than it was before. But before we get to that, we need to strip all of this bodywork off. So let's get it off, starting with the hood, front bumper, and those lovely lights on there. This will be going together pretty much almost exactly as it came apart, because obviously I've already spent time at designing it to how I want it to look with this absolutely fantastic wide body kit. So let's just get it all tore down, and then we can work on getting it all back together. Out you come, a door, side skirt. Is there a window there? Is there a window on the other side? I nearly missed it. There we go. Out you come. And that should, I think, oh no, we missed a bit there. A little bit of trim up there that I almost missed. Anything else? I don't think so. We'll get in and get this steering wheel off as well, although I'm torn whether to keep the Z steering wheel or go for one of my custom ones, thanks to Multiply. Multiply's doing his work in this one, but is that everything? 1% on there. We're down to the bare frame, so we could switch the condition. We'll just double check. Nothing showing up on there. Bought the frame's at 25%, and we bought the car for a little under 75,000. I'm gonna say 2,250. 2,250. 1,000. Never mind. Still terrible at that. But let's jump into the body shop for the Nissan Z, in case you're wondering. Fresh import goods. It's a workshop mod. Into there, and then find the Z. There it is, just sat there. And then these are all the parts. There's only 5 pages, so it's not too bad, but there's plenty of options to play around with. Headlights, tail lights, wide body, paintable parts, non-paintable parts. There is lots to play around with, lots of different rear ends, lots of different front bumpers and stuff like that to go on it. So we'll get ours, as I said, pretty much back together as it came apart. I can't remember which pieces are which, so I'm just going to crack on, repair what I can repair, buy what we need to buy, get this beast back together with some fresh interior, and then get it into the paint shop, because I am excited for you to check out the livery for this one today. Let's get this body all back together then and get this beast of a car into the paint shop. Let's just start with this big old front bumper. We've gone for the front bumper eye, which is one of the Need for Speed ones on there. Looking absolutely fantastic with the carbon fiber canyons and the carbon fiber front splitter. Looking very nice. For the fenders, it is the front fender C's. The Need for Speed ones again, obviously flaring them out with plenty of space in there for airflow. Looking very nice. On we go for the other side, exactly the same. The hood we've gone for is the hood D with the carbon vents in the center. Looking very, very nice. And for the headlights, I've gone for headlight C, which are the light on but paintable on there. I do think they look pretty good. The windshield is just the windshield, so on you go. And then obviously car part 2, which is our side skirts. We've gone for the 2C, the Need for Speed wide flares. Absolutely fantastic on there. And the doors are just the doors. So on they go, along with the window there, and the mirror are all just unchangeable parts. You get what you get. They all look pretty good. As we carry on back around the rear left fender, Need for Speed ones, we've gone for the left fender Bs on there, keeping up that wide body flares all sticking out the back, looking very nice, with the rear bumper being the bumper H. Again, Need for Speed one, looking very good on there, with gloss back or piano black and a little bit of carbon fiber on there as well, just finishing off that diffuser in a sort of piano black down there. On we go with a blank license plate as well. Car part 4 is car part 4D, which is no emblem, black logo, obviously keeping that Nissan badge in black with a bit of white in there, looking very good. And the tail lights are the C's, again paintable, so when the color goes on a bit later it should look absolutely incredible. Trunk B, which is the paintable option. And then for our window, we've gone for the window B, which has got the piano black louver vents on there. May try and get them carbon a bit later on. We shall see. And for the spoiler, we've gone for car part 1C. This big old drop-down wing on the back, carbon fiber on there. Looking very, very nice. Let's get around and get the rest of the other side all done up to the same spot. And then we get some interior into this little beast. And then it'll be time to get it into the paint shop. And I'm looking forward to it. So that's everything from the body. There was an engine cover, but I have removed it from mine. So there's no engine cover sitting in there. So we do get to see the glory of that beautiful 2JZ engine. Let's get in and get the interior in. I've kept it all as it was. It's all available to everybody, so make it easier. We've got, oh, I forgot to get rid of my unrepaired one. So we got a brand new 370Z steering wheel on there. And then if I can get off of the pillars, the seats are obviously the Nismo 370Z seats as well, which we may try and change the colours on a little bit later on. And that should be everything for our beautiful Z. Coming off of that screen, oh, 96%. What have I forgot? I know what I forgot. The little strips just up here. Here we go. On you go with these. These are paintable, so they match in with the rest of the car when it's painted. And obviously with that livery, which was a nightmare, but we'll get to that one in a moment. Now let's double check it. 100%, 100%, 100%. That's what we like to see. Let's get this into the paint shop, get some lovely colours on it, and check out the livery I've created. Here we are then in the paint shop with our beautiful Z that's looking a bit mismatched at the moment, but that will soon all change. Let's get in and take a look. Obviously, we know there's a lot of factory colours with this car. We won't be using a single one of them for our custom build today, so I'm going to head straight over into the livery section. Before we see the livery, I'm going to pick the colour. So I'm going to go into a matte finish, you know me, and we're going to go all the way up to 300 in here, about 80 in here, and then 75, maybe 70 in the brightness. That's the colour we're going to go for today, this sort of matte pinky purple colour. I think it looks pretty nice. Another colour we will be using today, if I go across into the metallic and just bring it up a notch into the 80, a lot of the parts that potentially would be chrome on the engine are going to go this colour. I'm hoping it's going to look pretty good, but let's knock that back down because we're not here for that at the moment. We're here for the body. So let's get on with you. That pinky purple, I just think it looks fantastic. Maybe we just call it pinky from now on, that pink colour on there. And as for the liveries, I'm going to go back one because they're in the wrong order. This was the first livery I created for this one. And as you can see, just called Tear Stripe. Nice and simple. You can see where it's theoretically been torn off the livery, leaving a white matted outline on there. I think it looks pretty good. I was very pleased with it. It took me a little while to do. And then as I just stared at it more and more, I was like, it's just a little boring. And I know French toast won't be happy. And I need to try and impress French toast. So I thought we'd do some more. I know I like Easter eggs in video games. And one of my favourite Easter eggs of all time is from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas on top of the bridge. I will say no more. If you know that Easter egg, I very much respect for you. If you don't, go and search it and then see how this corresponds to my livery. As you can see, there is a lot of text going on inside the tear striping, and it does say one line in a collection of different languages. Is your language in there? Let me know in the comments below. And can you work out what it says? Let me know again in the comments below. I am impressed with this one. Just a little bit more level of detail, and the amount of hours I spent getting all this text to remotely line up. You can see there's some parts where it's not perfect here and here. The rest of it is a pretty damn good, if I do say so myself, like lining up that to that. Obviously, it goes underneath as well, getting all of this to line up to a certain degree. It was a challenge, but I think it looks absolutely fantastic. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. Now we're going to get onto our bolts and stuff. So I'm going to go onto here. I'm going to go screw painting all screws, but not rims. And we're going to bring this all the way down to a plain white. That's not white, is it? Every time I do this, I forget how to do white. Is it brightness all the way up, saturation down? There we go. Brightness all the way up, saturation down. I want to get this back down to where it should be. There we go. Every time. Brightness all the way up, saturation down. Should lead to white screws, I hope. Anyway, let's get it painted. There we go. Decision has been made. I think she looks absolutely beautiful. We've obviously got a few more details to go on this one. Some very specific rims and wheels and things like that to go on it. It should look absolutely incredible. If we open the engine bay, you've got a lot of that matte pink in there, along with some gloss black or piano black along there as well, and some of this lighter grey that we've got to play around with. I do just want to make sure that I have done the bolts the right colour, save me coming back a little bit later on. And yes, there we go. They are in white. Just about see them on that. Obviously, it will look better when things are a bit darker a little bit later on. But there we go. Oh, the livery works on the underside of the hood as well. I did not realise that. There we go. Something new learned. I'm going to try and get maybe some of this sort of matte pink onto the seats in there. Maybe looking quite good. Maybe a little bit on the steering wheel as well. See what we can do with that. Along with some matte blacks, matte whites, and then obviously the metallic pinky stuff for all our metallic work in the engine bay. I'm not sure about the exhausts. They might go some sort of matte white, maybe a pearl white colour. We shall see in just a little while. But there we go. Let's get it back on the lifter, start getting everything else painted, and get this beautiful Nissan Z all back together. That's everything painted on the Street Edition Nissan Z. Looking absolutely fantastic. Still loving this wide body kit. Let's talk about what's changed since you last saw it. Obviously, we put the colour on it and that livery looking fantastic. I have changed these mirrors to carbon fibre finish as well, just to sort of blend in a bit more with the carbon stuff we've got going on at the front here. All looking pretty nice. The spoiler was also carbon fibre, but we did get some carbon on the louvered vents there. And also the lower part of this bumper and diffuser set. This was like a piano or gloss black, and it is now full carbon fibre, matching in with everything else on there. I'm quite pleased with all of that. The other thing that's changed colour-wise is the interior. I did get some of that pink on the steering wheel, looking fantastic. And we went for a straight-up black and that pink on the seats, and I think they look absolutely fantastic. I'm just going to put a bit of torch on from back here and then go back in so it's not too bright. As you can see, the pink and the black, we've lost all the badging on the seats. Now they just look like unbadged seats, but in the black and pink, they are looking beautiful, especially with that pipe stitching around the outside. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. But that's enough of what's changed on the body. Let's jump inside and check out the engine bay. Now, it doesn't look like there's that much into this engine bay. It's all hidden under these pieces just up here. As you can see, just about the coolant reservoir sticking out the top there. If we come around to this side, what have we got? Under there is one of the reservoirs, the wishy-washy reservoir, just underneath that one there. But let's jump in properly and take a look. Also hidden under there is the battery with a matte black tray, metallic pink on the support arms, and then a carbon fibre lid on top. Obviously, our lovely Haltech ECUs, thanks to Barker for the covers for them, and a little bit of matte black on the power steering reservoir. Around to the other side, wishy-washy reservoir is hidden, along with the fuse box, although it is carbon, and the brake servo. It's got nothing on it because it's also hidden. The ABS module, or the pump, should I say, is in just a plain white with a natural finish on it, and then the module on top in a matte black on there, and it's all looking pretty good. If we spin around to the front, radiator is in a lovely white on there with the black fan housing kit and the metallic pink on the fans, and then we just got a pearl white large intercooler at the front there. Most of the base whites you can see in here are all a pearl white, so we'll get on with that now and talk about some of this. Pearl white on the hubcap. We've got the metallic pink on the brake calipers and on a few other bits dotted around on here and here. And then we've got some of that matte pink on some of the, well, and all of the bushings are matte pink, and the shocks as well got a little bit of that matte pink on there. I do think it's all looking pretty good. Down the back's very similar, mostly in that pearl white, a few bits of the matte pink dropped in, some metallic pink as well, with one arm in the metallic pink and two bushings that I did black just so that they weren't the pink on the pink. Matte black on the fuel tank and metallic pink on the fuel pump on there. And that's enough of the suspension and engine bay. Don't know why I closed that. We're going to need it open in a second because now we need to go and build that beautiful 2JZ engine. She's on the stand. She's already looking pretty good. The block itself, if I could highlight that part, is in the metallic pink and a steel black on there, and I think it's looking pretty good. We've got pearl white on the both of the filters, and if we spin around, we've got a bit of the pearl white and metallic pink, or sorry, the forced white from Quality of Life and metallic pink on this recirculation plate just there. We've got metallic pink on the idle rollers. That's part of the block, should I say, if I just highlight over it again without showing the pistons. There we go. That's all part of the block. Down here, the fuel pump is in a black and pink, and then obviously just black on our alternator. I did do the cam gears both in the pink. These are the custom ones from TK Aftermarket, not the normal ones that go on it, and the belt on there just in a black. We jump up to the insides. I actually did black camshafts because they do poke through through the cam gear, so I just wanted them to fit a bit more with the color pile. You do also have lots of 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 camshaft caps in total for both sides on there, obviously on your camshafts, and then 6 spark plugs running up through the middle. There's more to go on that later, but let's crack on and get some more of this engine on, starting with our timing cover, which is in white, and you did see it did have a bit of pink on there. Just underneath there's a little bit of pink just hiding around that rim piece. On we go. Crankshaft pulley is in that beautiful bright metallic pink, and then we've got just one white belt on there. And if we get the crank adapter on top of that, which we've done in a matte black or a steel black, I can't remember which, and then we've got the fuel pump belt on there as well, also in a white. And then our floaty idle roller that's not needed, it's just there for looks, just an extra splash of that metallic pink just a bit further up there, looking quite nice. But let's crack on as we go up to here. The head covers, or valve covers, should I say. These are both in that metallic pink. And we've got some slightly different bolts on the top here. Custom bolts in there. The only thing I think is disappointing is that these custom bolts don't paint along with the rest of the other bolts that we've got going on in a white inside the engine bay. So we'll see that in a moment. We do have a coil plug bracket, which I've done in the pearl white on there. 2 extra bolts. And then we've also got all of our ignition coils, if I could get them all in, which are just in a matte black or steel black. I can't remember. It's a very similar color. Can't remember if they're matte or steel on there, but there we go. Then we've also got coil plug wires, which are in pink and a bit of white, I think, on there. Yeah, a little bit of that pink on the top, and then white just coming off the back there. All looking very nice. Onto the intake manifold. That is in a full metallic pink, and it is looking absolutely stunning on there. I can't wait to see this one inside the car. We've also got a little fuel rail just up here, which is in white with a bit of pink. I don't think you can see any of the pink on it, but never mind. Our throttle body up here is in a steel black and that pink, and I think that really just finishes that piece off. A few extra bits of pink on there with just the black frontage. And then we've got a fuel line just down here, which is in the pink and white. Just a bit of separation on that one. And then if we nip over to the main part of this, we've got our exhaust manifold, which is in that beautiful pearl white. Now, these bolts that are going in now are the standard bolts, and they will paint white. So this is a bit of white on white, as we can see. Then we've got a little wastegate just up here, which is in the black and the pink. And then you've got a little V-band clamp, which can sometimes be hard to hit on there, which is in black and a tiny splash of pink just on there, as you can see. And then we've got our big old turbo. This is the only part color-wise I'm not sure about. I did it in black and pink. Obviously, you've got a bit of pink fanning on there, but mostly in that big pink on the back. But the black sticks out the front. I would have liked to have reversed the colors, but it is what it is. Maybe I should have just gone for full pink. Let me know what you would have done in the comments below with our last band clamp on there as well. And that's it for the engine on the stand. So it's time to get it off and get it in to our beautiful Nissan Z. I'm hoping this is going to look fantastic. Do remember to give this one a score out of 10 and let me know what you think in the comments below. Let's get this 2J motor dropped in to the Z. Sorry about that, but there we go. On we go. Away with that engine crane, and you can already see the pink and a little bit of white, and the closer you get, more white coming through. I think that's looking absolutely beautiful in there. We've got a few other bits left to go. Should we start at the top? No, let's not start at the top. Let's start underneath and get the gearbox and drive shaft in, because we do have a full custom exhaust to go with this one as well, along with some custom piping in the engine bay. So if we jump up here, I'm just going to crack on with the drive shaft, which is in a... I shouldn't have been able to do that. I'm going to come off of that. should have started with the gearbox. There we go, which is in black and pink, steel black on there, looking fantastic. Spin around to the other side. We've got our starter, which I have done in the pink, but not forced colored it, just how you could normally get it in the metallic variant. Now we'll crack on and do the drive shaft. I'm not sure why you could pop this one in, but there we go, which is in white and pink on there, just giving us a more brightness on that underside. And there is plenty more white to come. As you can see, this full custom exhaust right through here. We'll go from the edge of the turbo. Up we go. Loads of pipe parts in here. This is all in the pearl white, so let's just get it all in. We have got more piping to go on the front, so there is more to come. Don't you worry. On with here, then a long straight pipe through the middle, and then we've got this little misc Y piece just splitting them off into their two sides, and then we'll follow these all the way up around here. Bit of a long piece going around the bend. Oh, that's a wheel. Don't want the wheel. Thank you very much. And then a straight piece, and then a double muffler tip at the end there. Looking fantastic. Let's get the other side all in. In we go, in we go, on we go. And then that's the main parts of the exhaust actually done. So we'll come out and take a look from the back, because I love them tips sticking out that exhaust end. It just looks absolutely beautiful. Very pleased with how that turned out there. But let's get you back down on the ground and jump into the engine bay, because we've got to connect up that turbo to the intercoolers. If I could get in the intercooler, should I say, if I could get in there. So we'll start from here. We'll come as a back. Well, we'll just pop that piece in now. There is an air intake to go on there as well. And then if we come off of around here, we come out above the front suspension, drop straight back down underneath. Whoa, spin around. There we go. And then straight into that big old large intercooler at the front there. And then we come off the other side, nip back up and around. If I could get all the parts installed in, jump back up here, and then follow it back through, and then back into the intake just up here through that throttle body. And I think that is absolutely fantastic. I love how that piping's come out a bit bigger and a bit chunkier than I normally do my piping, but I feel like it's definitely worked for this build. Looking fantastic in there. And while we're here, we're jumping. As you can see, like the custom bolts are still in just like a silvery color, whereas all of the normal bolts have all gone a white on there. As you can see, all looking pretty good. And then, yeah, the custom ones don't paint, which is a bit of a shame, but it still looks pretty good nonetheless. I'm still very happy with how it turned out. Let's just get this bonus part in here, if I can not display any others. Oh, well, too late. But there we go. That's that bonus part on there. And that is the engine bay all finished. I think it is looking absolutely fantastic. You did just see the wheels, so we might as well crack on with them while we're here, because all the wheels are invisible. I'm going to put them on, and I didn't need to lift it up in the air, but we're going to put them on anyway, and we'll just talk about them. So the front rims are a 20-inch rim with a 275 width and a 30 profile with ET of 10, just to make sure that everything's in the right place. Oh, it's because they're painted invisible and the game doesn't like it very much. When you first install them, the tyre will be visible, although they are rim and tyre separately painted to invisible. So let's just get on and get this back one done. 20-inch rim, 305 width for this one with a 30 profile and ET of 15 at the back. But again, all painted invisible, so it doesn't matter anyway, but that tyre will be visible. I'm going to get on and get the rest of these done. Once you've got them all installed, to get rid of that tyre visibility, all you need to do is take it to a photo location and then jump it back to the garage, and then the tyres will no longer be visible and you won't be able to see them. So then you can get on and pop your bonus parts on. So I'm going to go quickly do that so we can get rid of the tyre, and then when we come back, we'll get the proper wheels on and get this beautiful car all finished off. Let's also get some tinting done while we're here. So anyway, on with the windshield is 50 coverage on there, 100% for all of the background parts, and I've gone for 50 on the passenger and driver window as well. There is an option for the door. It doesn't do anything, as far as I can tell. Maybe it does something on the inside. Is that something? Oh, that is. Whatever that is down there is changing that, but I'm not worried about that. We'll leave it as it was. Anyway, trunk piece is this trunk light just up here. You can adjust that if you want to. Maybe. I mean, I quite like it. It is a bit red, I guess, but I don't want to go full black. No, we'll leave that one as it is as well. We nip around to the front bumper. I don't think there's actually anything visible on this front bumper. Maybe one of the other options has something that you can change, just not on this specific one. Rear bumper, I don't think this one has, or maybe these little bits up here. I can't see that I'm changing anything, so we'll leave that one as well. Headlight, is it going to do anything? Oh, it does take the indicator reflection out. There we go. Words. I might just put that on 1, just so it's a little less visible. It's gone back down to 0. But it seemed to have... I'm going to do it on 1. There we go. We'll go to the right headlight and we'll make sure we do that at the same place. Just get rid of the yellowness from the reflections there. Tail lights. These don't look too bad, although fully blacked out because you still get the brake light around it. So I'm going to go for that for the tail lights. One there, one there. That's looking quite nice as well. Do we have anything else? Car part 1. I don't actually have a light on it, so we'll just give it a test anyway. No, it's not doing anything. And that is all of them. So there's the windows done. Before we put our tinting equipment away, let's just make sure it's not too dark in here. Plenty of visibility out of there. I didn't want it too dark so that you could see the pinkness on the inside. I think it looks pretty awesome. That's that done. Now we need to get on to the final piece of this build. Obviously, our wheels are all invisible. The tyres have now disappeared because I took it to a photo location and brought it back. So let's get this finished and get our bonus part wheels on. BBS RS16 wheels, obviously on the marketplace, on the Steam Workshop, on the marketplace. Put in there by Barker. They look fantastic, and obviously you can camber them to your heart's desire. You go much wider than that if you want to. They're just finished in their natural white with a little bit of the pink just filling up the bolts and the center rims on there. I do think this just finishes it off, though, with the stance. And there she is, all finished. Let's just quickly get her back, go into normal mode. There we go. Get her back down on the ground. And that is this car, I think, now 100% finished. We'll just quickly double check that. Yep, all 100% on there. I do have one thing left to do. But doesn't she look absolutely fantastic? Let's get this beast outside in the sun. Get her fully finished off. Get her on the dyno. Get this video ended. And don't forget, if you want access to this custom config and livery, the only way to do so is to become a channel member, a member of the VM Garage Club. Come and join us now for £2.99 a month. You get access to all my configs and liveries. Both liveries you've seen with this one today. The one with all the text in and just the plain tear stripe one, if you just wanted that one instead. So you get both versions. I'll link all of the bonus parts that are on it, which actually isn't that many. It's just the wheels and the air filter today. So not too many bonus parts, but the config, the stance and everything like that will come with it. So yes, click the join button below. Help me out. Become a channel member and maybe pick up yourself some merch while you're there as well. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get this beast outside in the sun. Get this video all finished off. Just the one thing left to go on our beautiful Nissan Z. Last time I do that, maybe, probably not. Anyway, let's crack on. Get this rear license plate on. I've obviously just gone for 2JZ. Had to have the little gap in there, so now it says Nissan 2JZ. Ta-da! I said it was the last time. I lied. Definitely won't be. But there we go. What do you think? I think she looks absolutely beautiful. I'm loving this livery. It may not be everybody's cup of tea. Maybe a bit too much for some. Maybe not enough for some others. But I think it's absolutely fantastic. Just enough of a level that it's a personal custom livery with a little hidden Easter egg. But there's maybe not so hidden Easter egg. Maybe not as hidden as I think it is. Have you worked out what it all says yet? Do let me know in the comments below. But there we go. All finished off. Let's jump inside and see for the first time what that 2JZ engine actually sounds like. Let's get her started up. I'm looking forward to this. I'm hoping Multiply did some stuff. I know he can do stuff with the sounds, so we'll find out. Okay, not what I was expecting for the tick over. Very sounding good. Very sounding good. Good English. Good England there. Sounding very good at the top end. Nice high-pitched whine. And then obviously that beautiful turbo whistle. Just finishing it all off. Sounding absolutely beautiful. Let's get this beast onto the dyno. See what its horsepower is. What its drag rating would be. Even though we are definitely not racing this one today. Let's get this Nissan 2JZ dynoed then with Multiply's 2JZ powering this beast. 425 factory horsepower from that 2JZ. How much is it going to add? What will its drag rating be? Very weird curve on that one there. But a gain of 284 horsepower, 67%. Now, I will say most of the parts on the 2JZ don't have tunable options. Like the intakes, the exhaust manifolds, all of that. There isn't tuning versions of them. So there's only some of the smaller parts, pistons, spark plugs, things like that that have the tuning options. None of the bigger ticket items as there normally is, which is a bit of a shame. But still, 708 total horsepower is pretty good from the Nissan Z. Quite pleased with that. And a drag rating of A, 416. Now, we obviously do have a tuned ECU in this one as well, giving us a bit extra performance, but not quite the dizzying heights we're used to. Here is the gearbox setup I've gone for today. Can't tell you whether it works or not because we're not racing it. This is a show car build for you to give me a score out of 10. So make sure you do that in the comments so we can get it added to the show car board. But I've gone for a 3.33 ratio. And yeah, that's it. I haven't really adjusted anything apart from the final ratio. So we'll leave that one there. Onto the ECU. I have given that one its full tune, giving us an additional 16%. We always like to see that one. If you want to learn how to easily do that yourself, there is a link in the description below, or a link in the top right hand corner of your screen on some devices. I don't know if it's there on every device. I can't confirm. But there we go. It's up there and it's in the description if you want to, along with a link to do the carburetor tuning if you want that one instead. Both are always in the description, so you can always easily find them. But enough about that. Let's get this beautiful car finished. Let's get it outside in the sun for one last time. See how much we could sell this car on for, which we are definitely not doing. But if we were, see if we could make a little bit of profit from it. Well, there she is, all finished, and that 2JZ from Multiply looking fantastic in our beautiful Nissan Z VM Street Edition with that wide body kit, beautifully stanced with them bonus part rims, giving us an extra bit of camber just to increase the style, as we shall call it. Looking beautiful. Let's talk some facts and figures. I bought the car for 73,378 and could have sold it at a loss of 4,258 at the beginning, but we didn't do that. We spent a further 79,621 upgrading, tuning, modifying, and painting this absolute beast of a car. I am very impressed with it. I think it looks fantastic. You have to let me know what you think in the comments below, as well as giving it a juicy score out of 10 so we can get it added to the wonderful show car board. Should be on screen now. Looking fantastic. Where do you think we're going to make this one sit up? You decide the amount of votes and obviously the score you give it out of 10. It can be a 9.2 if you want to vote it like that. You can give it straight up 10. You can give it a 0 if you really want to. But obviously it all comes down to the average score depending on the amount of people that voted. So do give me your score out of 10. Let's jump in now and see if we were to sell this beautiful Z, whether we'd make a tasty little profit or not. Well, there she is, all 100% complete and very few mileage on it. 11,737 kilometers. We haven't raced it at all. It's probably going to sit at that for a very, very long time. We did manage to squeeze a lot more power from that engine, from the 425 starting horsepower up to 708. And as I said before, the engine doesn't have that many tuning options, so you can't tune it base-wise. You've got to tune other things around it, all of the pipe work and exhaust and things like that, the ECU, all the bits that you can tune definitely need to be tuned on this one because there isn't overly a lot of power coming from that 2JZ, although it has got a lot of power, just not a lot of tuning options. But there we go. We spent 79,000. No, we didn't. We spent in total 152,999, including the price of the car. So would there be some money to make? With the sale of 243,902, that leaves us with a tasty bit of profit of 90,903. Not that we're selling this beast at all. We're going to be keeping it. I'm hoping it's going to end up in the top 5, but that is down to you guys when you give me a score out of 10. And if you want access to this beautiful livery and config, or the livery without all the text in it as well, you can do so by becoming a member of the VM Garage Club. Click the join button below. £2.99 a month gets you access to all of these configs and liveries. I think they're all up there. I'm pretty confident they're all up there, and this one for definite will be going up there as well. By the time you see this video, it will already be up there for you guys to use if you want to. I say you guys, my lovely channel members. But there we go. That's enough of this beautiful 2JZ, although I could probably stand here and just look at this car all day. It is absolutely stunning. What do you think of the pink? Did I go too over the top? Should I have brought it down a tone or two? Should I have picked a different colour entirely? Again, let me know in the comments. But let's see what we've got coming up next as we head over to the trailer. This is another one by BDA Silver Carvalho, and this is the Buick Roadmaster from 1994. Just the one config. I haven't changed anything. These are the places you can buy it from. We obviously got it from the auction house, the bad auction house as well. Did we get a good deal for it? No. 36,252 is what I paid, and I could sell it for 30,325, losing out on 5,927, but I'm sure we'll be able to claw all that one back in the next episode. The engine in it currently there's a lot of options, didn't notice this, is the V8 2-carb overhead valve engine, pumping out 282 horsepower. So I'm going to ask 2 questions. Which of these engines would you like to see in it, and where would you like it to go? We can do it down the drag strip, we can do it down the racetrack. Even if you really want to, we could do it on the gravel track, although I don't think that's a sensible idea. But let me know in the comments which engine and where you would like us to test this one or put it through its paces. Let me know in the comments. I'm very much looking forward to this one. Probably not going to be too much to do style-wise with it, but we hopefully can still make it look absolutely incredible. So make sure you join us back here on Monday for this beautiful Buick. I'm looking forward to it. But more importantly, what did you think of the beautiful Nissan 2JZ that we built today? I think it's absolutely fantastic. It is my competition entry. There's still a tiny bit of time left for you to go and vote. If you see this video as soon as it comes out, you got till 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock this evening to get your vote in when we'll be announcing the winner over on the official Red Dot Games Discord server. So come and check it out. Come and check out all of the entries. Vote for your favourite if there's still time. And if not, there'll be a new competition up and running, so take part in that one. Haven't decided what it is yet, obviously, because I'm recording this early. But there we go. Again, if you want access to the configs and liveries, click that join button below. Become a member of the VM Garage Club, where we do have a Discord for us all to chat in. You get access to the configs and liveries, and so you get a little badge in your name and stuff like that. All fantastic stuff like these guys on screen here. All absolute legends. Thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you. And as for the rest of you, I appreciate all of you watching the content. Don't forget to leave it a cheeky little like. Give me your thoughts and a score out of 10 in the comments. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, whatever it is you're getting up to. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe for Virtual Mechanic.